All right, so today is Thursday. Is it 16th or 17th of October? No, Saturday I meant. October. Forgetting the actual date. Anyway, so there's an update I wanted to share concerning, you recall that 2023 408 that I did a video on concerning the weight timing belt. So something I forgot to mention, because there's something else that happened, but I didn't capture it on the video, because I later now went back and looked very well, to that opening where the oil filler cap or cover is. When I looked that closely and I saw the timing belt has started cracking. Remember, it's weight timing belt. Weight timing belt means they design the engine such a way that it uses timing belt, but the timing belt is not a dry one. The previous engines, in Peugeot engines and some other brand of cars, their engines run, their timing belt is dry, so there's no oil in that well or chamber where the timing belt is mounted, alongside with the other components like the roller, the water pump, tensioner, and the rest. But this particular one, they did it such a way, it has the same design of timing chain engine, only that this time is belt. So the belt runs with oil. So it was a very, I don't know what kind of design was that. So that particular vehicle, the belt has started cracking. So like I mentioned, if you want to own a PureTech Peugeot engine, or let me just put it in a different way, if you have if there's any Peugeot car you want to buy, or you already have one and it has a 3-cylinder engine, most likely is the PureTech, or most likely it has that timing weight belts. So what usually happens, they don't cut. From what I've observed, experienced so far, I'm yet to come across one of those weight timing belts that cut like the weight dry belt. Unfortunately, what usually happens is the teeth will start peeling off when they become weak, even though they will cut, because the oil will degrade those belts faster. I don't understand why they felt that rubber and oil will make the belt, if they join together or work together, make the belt to last longer. It's just something I don't get. A simple thing like oil seals, we all know that over time they become dry and then they start leaking, even though they did not break, but because they've already dried up. So that will also will happen to your belt. Those teeth on the timing belt will start to become hard. The outside part of it will also start to become hard as well, and then they start cracking, and then those teeth will start peeling off. So virtually, kaboom! The same thing that will happen to a dry engine with a dry timing belt will happen to the engine with a wet timing belt. It may even be worse. So, especially if you have that, if you are the owner of that 408, that 2023 blue 408, and you are watching this video, go and change down your timing belt. I think the mileage is it 100,000? I'm trying to remember the mileage of that car, or a little bit lower or a little bit higher than 100,000 kilometers. Go and change down your belt. I don't think probably they've changed it ever since they produced that car, because I mean, look at it, it's almost new vehicle, 2023. It's even less than 4 years, yet the belt is almost gone. So, but of course, the mileage could also determine. But it's not just the mileage. That oil, like I said, is a poor design. I think what happened over time, I think their recent 3-cylinder engine now, Peugeot now switched to chain on those 3-cylinder engines instead of the weight belt they've been using since they started those 3-cylinder. I'm talking about PureTech. So, the easiest way, if you must own such a Peugeot car with that engine, you can always tell from where you pour engine oil. Remove that cover, you will see the belt there. Not all of them are like that 408, that 2023 model. that looks like a mini. It's not like an SUV, but it's no longer like a normal saloon car, like the one we had, the earlier one, the 20. You know the model I'm talking about. So the easiest way to know is every once in a while remove that cap. Use your finger. You can actually touch the belt. Or if the earlier model is a little bit far where the belt is from their opening, but you can still see it. But this recent one is directly on top of the belt. In fact, if you are pouring the oil, you are pouring it directly on the belt, as you could see on that video. So remove the belt, use your finger, just wipe the oil. Use your finger as long as it's clean, or whatever that you can put inside, and they clean it up that won't stay trapped. Wipe it off, that place, oil on the belt. Then look at it very well. Once you start seeing any small sign of crack, because that was what I did on that engine, and I saw a serious crack that started cracking. Once you see that, quickly go and wash. Because so there are cases where it may not even, the teeth on the bed may not even peel off. And then it loses timing. You know, the valves will go and hit the pistons. It may not even happen, but the now this is what I mean. Because the easiest way to know is the surface on top. That's the one you can see from that opening on the cylinder head cover when you want to, where you pour in the oil. So when you remove it, you see this way. This is auxiliary belt. So I don't know. I actually wanted to use timing belt, but I don't know where I kept the one I wanted to use. So this is one that was handy. So this is auxiliary belt. So this is where you see it is cracked. I don't know. Okay, let me show you. Like this one, it has started cracking from inside. So look at it. You see it? You see all this crack? So that's how it will be on this other surface. This one is even that bad. It has become bad. That's why it's like this. But you may see it here. It may not even be that bad. But once it starts showing that sign of crack, small. So what will now happen is, if you see this debris, what will now happen is, it will start peeling off gradually. Remember, what will cause the damage? This one will not make the timing to lose here once it's aqua. But as it's peeling off gradually, the debris, remember it's rubber, hard rubber or something like that, you'll be going down. Oil will be washing them down. You'll be settling on your oil pan. And from there, as the oil pump is sucking, it will be heading close to your, it will suck it, the oil pump will suck it, then it will go and block the pump. Or that will, remember, oil strainer or oil filter, whatever. So once it does that, it will reduce the flow. It will reduce the flow of the oil passing through the filter. Then you start starving your engine oil lubrication. You won't get proper lubrication. Your crankshaft, your camshaft, all those engine components that works with the oil as engine is running or rotating, crankshaft is rotating, all those things will start having oil starvation and they start grinding. So the next thing you start getting is oil pressure too low, oil pressure too low, oil pressure too low. Before you know it, it will grind your engine bearings. The what Nigerians locally call metals, engine metals, and stuff like that. So it will grind your bearings, especially that conrod bearing. And if care is not taken, it will go beyond your conrod bearing and hit your main bearing. And even your camshaft, because they are all being starved, they are no longer properly lubricated. So that's what I'm saying. If you must have 3-cylinder Peugeot car, any modern Peugeot car with 3-cylinder engine, always, so stop relying on your mechanic. Because I don't want to say everything concerning that for it. You check it yourself. Always check it yourself. Like I said, you see something like this. It may not be as bad. Like this one is already very bad. You know, you can see it's very obvious. I don't know if it's still showing it very well. You know, it's very, you can see how obvious it is. But there are times you look at it, it may not even be that bad. The crack won't be like this. But remember, this is the surface you are supposed to look at. This is what you can only see. So even if the teeth under have started cracking, You won't really see it that much, but it's here. So this is where, this is the one that once it start cracking, it starts seeing sign of crack. You see small, small. Then it means it has also affected, gotten to this side too. Even though this one, funny enough, it didn't even crack this side. The weakness did not show here, but it affected this one. But this one is a different design, so that's why it's not a good example. But you get the idea. So even without the teeth peeling off, the only this surface side of the belt is also enough to damage your engine by not damaging your valves, but it's going to grind your engine bearing, your crankshafts, stuff like that. So that's why you see, this is where you need experts. Before you buy any modern Peugeot car, you need an expert like me. This is where I specialize in. I don't have to be the one repairing your car. I don't have to be the one, but you get there because these are the things we know. We'll be able to educate you. Even if it's not a Peugeot car that I even know of for now, maybe that particular model of Peugeot, I haven't worked on it. But once you contact me and say, hey, I want to buy Peugeot vehicle, this and that, and this is what I'm interested in. First thing first, I'll go and study that model of Peugeot. I'll study it first before I will advise you. Even if I have no idea that that model of Peugeot exists, or even if I know that it does exist, but at that moment, I have not really studied or understand model of engines, the design and the system, stuff like that. I will study it and be able to advise you. Okay, these are the engine models this model of Peugeot car have. These are the transmission they have. This engine, from my understanding, out of the 3 engines, this one will be better for you. So if you are searching, if you must buy a model of Peugeot with a particular model of Peugeot or production year or something, based on, you tell me what you want. You want power, you want for lesser fuel consumption, you want 8-speed automatic, you want 6-speed automatic, you want manual. I have to tell you, okay, this engine will serve you better. This automatic transmission will consume less fuel, will give you less stress than this one, or give you be less problematic than this one, or this and that. Oh, this one is 3-cylinder, this one is 4-cylinder, this one has turbo, this one doesn't have turbo, this and that. This one will cost you more to maintain the engine, this one will cost you less. This one, the automatic transmission, the ATF is not easily available, this one is available. This, I will guide you away to get you all these things. I'll now give you the options, to the point that you will realize that you don't even need me to even recommend the one for you to buy. Because as I'm explaining all these things, you already, from there, you know what suits you. Out of all this explanation, all the options I'm listing out to you, it's only when you now say, oh, but okay, out of all your explanation, I think I'm more attracted to 2 of your options. Then we can say, okay, maybe this one will be better. These are where, but you people will just go, oh, I like 508. Boom, you go and buy. I like 408. Boom, you go and buy. I like this one. Boom, you go and buy. And then tomorrow, but nobody explained this one. My mechanic says it's okay. What does he? Most of your mechanics don't really know all these details. They just know, oh, let's remove this and put this thing. They don't understand how there is a better option to some of these cars. For example, 508, I tell people, just because it's a new, there are more. But your 508, I will tell you, even my enemy, I tell you, don't even bother to buy. I'm talking about because of the engine and the transmission in those Peugeot 508. Petrol engines, I will tell you, avoid them like plague. Run for your dear life if you see that model or that Peugeot. It doesn't matter which model, which production year. So it has that engine and transmission. Or in fact, even if it's not the engine, so it has that transmission. Run for your dear life. But people will not know, just say, oh, it's 508, it's cheaper, it's clean, it's this or that, or more expensive. You want something for higher status, you that boom, headache. So anyway, it doesn't matter, because even if I say everything, people will be like, he's just trying to make advertise himself, make a business. At the end of the day, I won't be the one to suffer, you will be the one to suffer. So I don't have issue with people buying 3-cylinder engines. Peugeot car. It's not just Peugeot. Almost other brands are doing that stupid. I call it stupid engines. Why will you design? I think that's they realize their mistake and switch to, because the engine is pure design for timing chain. So why are you switching to using the weight belt there? If you prefer belt, then use the dry belt. Dry belt even make more sense. It has that recommendation every 4 years, depending on your, every 6 years, every 9 years, every 10 years, every 40,000 kilometers, every 100,000 kilometers, depending on usage, the environment of usage, stuff like that. So you now know that, okay, every this you check. But this weight belt, it's not even about mileage. It's not even about duration of use. It's not even that. Oil quality even affects it. There are quality of oil you will use. It will degrade the belt faster. And you may not have access to the recommended oil, so that will not affect the belt. These are the things you need to know. So if you are buying that weight timing belt, you need to be very sure that you can be able to keep it from failing. So if they are telling change it every 100,000 kilometers, trust me, you may not get to that 100,000. If they are saying change it every 4 years, may not get, because the oil you use may even degrade it far better, faster than what Peugeot anticipated if you use this particular oil. Most people, their own fail less than 40,000 kilometers, less than 4. Like I said, this car was produced in 2023, but look at it, the belt has become weak. So if you are the owner of that Blue 408 I did a video, go and change that belt before because that engine, because worst case, no, small case, let me say small case scenario, it will damage the valves. Where will you see the valves? Worst case scenario, it will damage the cylinder head, including maybe the pistons, and the engine is gone. So, do you know how much they will sell that engine if you find one? That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I don't think you get that engine less than 5 million naira. I'm just being straight. I don't know the price, but I know what I'm saying. So that's it. Hope you learn from this. Buy the 3-cylinder engine if you're okay with that. Yeah, they consume less fuel, but I'm saying it comes at a price. So you make sure you be checking it by yourself. Once you see small crack, buy the belt, have it replaced. Continue. Every once in a while, check again. Forget about how new the belt is supposed to be. Just be checking it. Once you start seeing that crack, it's time for you to get rid of the belt, because either it will damage your bearings and the camshaft or whatever, or the teeth of the belt will strip and to grind the entire, not grind this time, you just damage your cylinder head and some pistons if you are very unfortunate. Basically, you lose the engine. Alright, so like the video, subscribe to the channel. See you in the next one.